Hi, and welcome to Arguing Ever After. I'm Luke, and as always, my lovely bride, Amber, is with me.
Hello.
Together, we're the Lord and Lady who lock horns.
The Count and Countess of Contention.
The Duke and Duchess of Disagreement.
And the King and Queen of Quarrels. In our podcast, we bicker about all things, big and small. And the audience vote determines who the winner is.
Many of our topics are frequently submitted by our listeners, which we really like. So, if you have something you want us to debate about, or you've debated about yourself and want to see another perspective, please send it to us at arguingeverafter@gmail.com.
Yes, please do. And don't forget, after you've listened to our episode, go ahead and vote in the currently Spotify polls. We might change that. I don't know. But for sure it's there.
Well, oops. The Odysseus poll never published. So we just published that today.
Yeah.
Which is for you 4 days ago. Anyway, you know, if you missed your chance to vote for Odysseus, go back and give it a vote. That he's not a villain.
That he is a villain.
No,
Clearly.
not that. No.
He's not a hero.
Well, that's not. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Good news is I got to publish the poll, so the skewed wording is in my favor for once.
You are always welcome to do that.
Oh, you're very crafty the way you ask some questions. Get the people leaning one way.
You're just very, very welcome to
Every
do
once
that.
in a while, we should change up the intro and we should say the Luke and the Lucky.
The Luke and the Lucky.
Because I'm the Luke and you're the Lucky.
Oh.
The Luke and the luckiest. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look at you go. You see, you agreed. Look at everyone. For the record, she agrees with me.
So true.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, what's been new with you with Luke? Luke, what are you doing?
The Duke.
The Duke. What's going on? Nothing.
I'm working a lot.
Yeah.
And working hard.
Yeah. We're back.
I had a person that vacated the premises. and I'm covering, and it's a lot of extra work right now.
Yeah.
So I'm real tired when I get home.
Yes. I think it's busy for a lot of people at work. It's definitely busy for me, which is so boring, and I don't want to really talk about work. So.
Okay, good. Well, you asked.
I thought maybe it.
What do you think I'm going to do? Talk about the weather?
No, you don't have to talk about the weather.
Okay.
That's a very Minnesotan thing to do, to talk about the weather, though. Very Minnesotan thing. But maybe other folks do that as well. I don't know. What else has happened? I feel like, you went and saw that Odysseus movie.
I did. It was called The Odyssey?
Yes,
It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It deserved all the praise that it got.
Well,
it was fantastic. It broke all kinds of records already. It's like, people are talking about it. I'm just happy that people are talking about a story that's 2,500 years old. Credit to the writer, that's obviously a moving piece of literature.
Yes.
And moving storylines.
Mm-hmm.
But we already had our debate about it, so we don't need to keep going.
No,
it's a great movie. You should go see it. Next movie on my list is Spider-Man, and I haven't seen it yet, but I'm also excited to see that.
Well, that's got one of the same actors, or both of the same. Yeah.
Tom Holland, who is apparently British.
Really?
Has a great American accent in the movies.
I couldn't pick him out of a crowd of two.
I'm sure
Or
you
his
couldn't
voice.
pick him out of a crowd of one.
Right, that's true.
He'd be like, there's a guy.
Yeah, you could even say Tom Holland, and I'd be like, I don't.
He would probably love that.
Yeah.
He'd be like, don't you recognize me? I'm Tom Holland. You'd be like, what?
Right.
And he'd go, this is great.
Yeah, he's like, you are the one person in the world who has no idea. And I'm like, yeah, I live under a rock.
Now his girlfriend or fiance
or I would
wife,
know her.
Zendaya, everyone knows her.
Yes, she's a big deal.
She is.
She's got
because she's got one name. That helps.
That's maybe, yes. There's a lot more to it than just having
people with one
name.
name. Think about this.
Oh.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah. Madonna.
Big deal.
Cher.
Prince.
Yeah.
I bet they all have more than one name.
I mean, Madonna,
Do they?
no way. Cher, no. And also, Prince for a little while didn't have a name at all.
Beyonce has a last name.
She does.
It's Z.
What?
She married Jay-Z. So it's Beyonce and Jay.
Couldn't possibly be Knowles.
Z. Yeah, that's...
Couldn't be.
I don't know. I wonder if she took his last name or not.
I doubt she would have.
I doubt it.
I doubt she took Beyonce Z.
Maybe
as a name.
maybe Mr. Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z, is now Mr. Knowles.
I mean, wouldn't blame him.
Maybe, not arguably, the bigger star.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that she's a pretty big deal. She sells out ridiculous stadiums time and time and time again. So,
Yeah.
oh, speaking of stadiums, we were supposed to be going to a comedy show soon.
That's true.
Which we're not doing. And it's been big concert season here for us in our area. And it's like we're not going to any of them. We're just too dang busy, which is...
We are quite busy.
Which is okay.
We're so busy, we don't even know what's on our own life calendar. Like, at all. I don't even know what's happening most of the time, like the coming weekend.
Right, right.
Now, tomorrow, I know what's happening tomorrow, because it's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good.
But if you ask me what's happening next weekend, I actually don't know the
I
answer.
don't know either.
But I bet you there's something on the calendar.
Probably.
See?
Oh,
That's
yep,
what I'm
I
saying.
lied. I do know.
There we go.
I do know, actually.
See?
Next weekend, we're going to be celebrating my mom's 75th birthday.
Boom.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mom, who may or may not be listening.
I hope she's watching or listening.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy birthday.
I mean, her birthday will be after that, so I might say it again because I might forget.
And
but
say
you
it
know
in
what?
person, just in case.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
But that's a big number. That's a benchmark number.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I feel like there's just many big numbers, you know. I guess every day is a birthday.
Once you
know.
get past, well, I just had 45. I think once you get past 40, just the fives and the zeros matter.
I mean, I think
Maybe
that's
35?
true.
Nobody
past
cares when you're 36 or 7.
30.
Right?
I think it's true past 30. It's
But when
just-
you're 31 or 2 or 3, you feel it. But I'm saying even like for myself, like I think once I got past 35, none of the numbers mattered anymore.
No.
But the big ones are like, oh, now I'm 45. And so that, you know, which I know that's hard to believe. I look like I probably am 28 or
I know.
maybe pushing 31.
And me being 28, marrying such an old man.
Old man. Oh my God, I just inhaled my drink because of your joke.
I'm really funny. You know, I sometimes...
I apologize to the listener for that. It's her fault. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm hilarious.
Even my dog just looked at me with sympathy. He was like, "Are you okay?"
Yep.
Oh, now I got the other one. Here we go.
Yeah, we talk about being the pet-friendly podcast.
Yeah, they're
for
on
this
the
year.
podcast.
This
They're on
year, it's been a thing where, or this season, not year, but man, they're just... We're animaling everywhere, and we apologize if you... Well, no. You're welcome if
You're
you
welcome.
happen to see them.
Exactly.
Because they're pretty darn cute, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been busy, and I guess that's a sign of a well-lived life. Is that maybe true? If you're so busy that you can't even remember?
Yes and no. Like, you could probably just be busy and it wouldn't be great.
Okay, you're right. You can
We're having a great time being busy.
yes.
That is a true statement.
Yes. But, you know, I always get like at a certain month, and well, this is releasing in August. If you're listening in March, you might be like, what's going on? But in August, I kind of get a little like, oh, what happened to summer, you know? And
Right.
I mean, because time gets faster and faster. I don't know. I heard someone say, though, at some point it gets slower, and I don't know if that's true. And I don't know which way I'd want it to be, actually.
I definitely think it feels like it goes faster.
Right. But like in life, it goes slow, fast, and then slow again, which I don't know.
Does it go slow again? I'm going to ask my parents.
Just what I heard recently.
Because my
from
parents,
somebody.
unlike your youthful mother, I would say they're elderly.
You wouldn't say, oh, he's sucking up. He is. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you know what? I'm not dumb about some things. Sometimes. Depends on the thing. It's up for debate.
Yeah.
Good thing is we have a debate podcast.
We do. I hear.
So you think, the time goes slow again? When does it
I
start
don't
slowing
know.
down again?
I haven't hit that.
I got to
time.
find out.
I haven't hit that.
I got to know.
But I heard that recently from somebody that happens, and Yeah, that's an interesting thought. And I guess maybe it might depend on how you live. Again, same thing, or what's going on in your life. But I don't know. Our kid is headed off to another camp again. And
Yet again.
and when she goes to
I
camp,
want her life. She's got it.
oh, yeah, she does. She does. But like when she goes to camp, it brings the nostalgia of last year when we started our podcast. I go, oh,
Yes.
that's what started it. And here we are, yet still going. And every once in a while,
And we still like each other.
yeah, that was really up for.
And we still like the podcast.
Yeah, I love the podcast.
We've even got new ideas,
We do have new
which
ideas.
just need people to give us some more free time.
Yeah.
And then we could start recording at least 2 more podcasts.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, some of the ideas we have are pretty wild, but we'll see. I have lots of things I want to do, and part of that is because I love watching or listening to podcasts, and I'm like, I'm inspired. Maybe that's what it is. I'm inspired by all of these things. And so maybe that's part of the great thing about what we have going on here is we can change topics, and so that we don't stay in one lane.
That's right.
Although that's probably not the best strategy.
I don't like to stay in one lane on the highway.
No, you don't. You also don't like to stop for stop signs. We've already discussed that. But man, I'm just really cracking them up today.
Well, that was leftovers. Don't be too excited.
Oh, leftovers from
Yeah,
my
it's just still a
earlier
little
joke.
liquid in my windpipe.
Ah, yes, yeah. So, I don't know. I actually forgot even what we are arguing about today. So
That's amazing.
my segue. Well, we've discussed 2 different
We
things. So I'm gonna need you to like kind of get me into what the segue is,
Well,
because I don't remember.
you know what a summer activity is that happens for a lot of people, but for us, hasn't really happened a lot this year.
It's not just summer.
It's get-togethers.
Oh, yeah, not just summer. That happens all year, I hope.
Well, yes.
Yes.
And
Okay.
for us, it's happened, I think, less this year due to our totally insanely busy calendar.
Yes.
And we have been stuck at home a little extra because we've been fostering a cat, trying to figure out if he can integrate into our home. So we've had to spend a little extra time on the home front. So not as many outings to other people's homes or other people coming to ours,
Yeah.
which is okay because we've been quite busy. And,
Yeah.
you know, something that people do when they get together, Amber, they eat.
They do eat.
They eat food.
You know, and don't forget that we have very international listeners.
We do.
Yeah, so you should tell them about what happens.
Well, I imagine the theme is probably cross-cultural.
Yes.
Which is people bring food to the host house or
Yes.
location, and everyone brings their little piece. We call it a potluck.
We do
Why
call
do we
it.
call it a potluck? I wonder what the words. There's probably some. Should have
Yeah, I
looked that
don't
up.
know.
I didn't do any research because I've been
Yeah.
to 4 million potlucks in my life, but there's probably some. Like a lot of times you learn about a word and you go, huh.
So earlier today, I happened to be in a meeting, and there was some people who were talking about such gatherings, and where they live, they would just call it a feast.
A feast.
Same thing, same concept.
Okay.
And actually, it was not that far from us. So
Where was this?
they were from northern Wisconsin. So like,
They just call it a feast?
well, with their community, yes.
I mean, northern
yes.
Wisconsin is like central Minnesota.
No, but with their community, like it was a tribal community.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So part of that is going to be cultural.
Yeah. Feast.
Just a feast. I mean, sure, that, I don't know. But that's what they called it.
You know who has a feast?
Who has a feast?
The Who's down in Whoville.
Yes, they do.
And a roast beast.
They do. That's the wrong
Because it
time of year.
rhymes with feast.
Sure does. Sure
Yeah.
does.
Do you know what rhymes with what we were going to talk about today?
No,
Hot duck.
that doesn't rhyme either.
Rhymes with potluck.
Oh my gosh.
Ha! I'm Dr. Seuss.
You're
Whoa.
don't quit your day job.
Such a hater.
Don't quit your day job.
Listen, I could write some poetry.
You do write poetry.
That's what I'm saying. Did you
Yeah.
know that I learned that because of the recent movie The Odyssey, which is based on the epic poem by Homer, just that poetry has taken off like in the last month.
Well, sure.
Like there's a lot more people sharing and publishing their
Yeah.
private stuff. There's a lot more sales of poetry anthologies from bookstores. It's actually quite surprising and cool.
So we have a Substack account, which I have encouraged Luke that maybe at some point, if he wanted to publish some of his poetry to...
People could sub to our stack.
Yeah, I don't know fully how that
I feel
works.
like that must be what that means.
I don't know, but we have one. If you were to look for us on there, there'd be nothing at this point. But who knows? I mean, if you all have any interest in reading,
I bet
Luke's-
if I published one a week, I'd never run out.
yeah, you should.
But I'd
do
have
it.
to find all my stuff.
I think you should. I think you should. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to vote on that, but I would say why not? Do it. Do it. Because
Ooh, what if I get a default vote for writing a poem about the topic?
write a
I could
poem
write
about
like
each
cheesy
topic.
little Susian limericks or
Sonnet.
something.
You could write a sonnet.
Well, that's a lot more intense, but
Is it?
yeah.
Okay. I'll trust you.
Okay. Anyway,
I mean, I don't know
little
if it is.
haiku maybe.
That sounds harder.
You just have to 5-7-5 it, and then it's all good.
That's hard. That's hard.
Can be.
It would be hard for
It
me.
helps if you can count up to 7. That's tough, isn't it?
That is difficult. That is
If you add them all
difficult.
together, it's 17.
See, and that's where you lost me, right there. That's right there. You're like, now you need
Reminds
17.
me of that song by Stevie Nicks, Edge of 17. Super
is.
famous.
It is. I've heard of it once before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know any of the lyrics, but the song somehow just came into my head.
Okay.
Not the song itself, the name of the song.
I'm going to have to purposefully not try to think of that because
Okay.
I would sit here with dead air for like 15
Yeah, don't do
seconds.
that.
And
That's a
no
long
one wants
time.
to hear that.
Nobody
And,
wants to hear that.
I'll just plant that back into the back of my brain. And
Okay.
in the middle of the night at 3 in the morning when I wake up and singing On the Edge of 17, I'll be like, oh, that's
Yeah.
why. This is why. Or when I have a weird dream about it, that will be why.
Yeah.
So back to what we were talking about.
Once when we were 17, we went to a potluck together at a family friend's house.
I-
I don't actually know if we were 17, but I bet pretty close to that. It was a great potluck.
That's, I don't remember doing that at a friend's house at 17.
Christmas potluck.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Okay.
But
You made manicotti.
we definitely weren't 17.
Were we 720? 7?
27? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Well,
We were definitely older because at 17, I certainly wasn't cooking anything. I was living at my parents' house. I think you were also living with
checks
your
out.
mother, and you
Definitely.
probably weren't
Yep.
gonna
Checks
be
out.
cooking because that's like when you're under 18 in a potluck, like
You just show up.
you just show up. Yeah.
It's the adult's problem.
Yeah. Well, Luke, let me ask you a question.
That is abrupt.
I have to be abrupt because otherwise we're going to lose concept of what we're talking about.
I never forgot. You clearly forgot. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, in this corner. I don't even want to let you talk. In this corner, claiming to weigh in at 135 pounds, we have the Irish Flame, Amber.
And in this corner,
Do I get a cool nickname yet?
I'm not good at nicknames.
Okay. Well, I can't nickname myself. That's not how nicknames work.
You could nickname yourself, and we could pretend like it's my idea.
The
if it's a
Irish
good one.
Flame's husband, I guess.
Yeah, Mr. Irish.
Oh, that's so terrible. I'm just second here on this corner. We have second fiddle.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, and you're probably really feeling second fiddle because we are starting to get our tallies in
For season
for
two.
season
You're
two.
still you're the gold medalist for season 1,
I am.
which makes me a silver medalist.
I
Just to be
wasn't
clear.
gonna say that. Maybe I might have said it, but we have the tally in so far, and for the first tally we have, I'm in the lead. We are at 1-0. No ties.
Well, part of that issue is we never published the poll for episode 2, which I published today.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
I
you.
got a chance. I feel like I got a chance.
Okay, well, publish it in like.
I don't have a chance on the one that's closed. You won that.
Yeah, really, and I don't even remember what the topic was. Oh, it was
It
about
was
the best
the favorite,
episode.
and you picked
Yes,
Vampire, and I picked
yes.
Illuminati.
That's true. Oh,
Vampire beat out the Illuminati.
that was really fun. That was a fun episode. Anyhow, so the question that I have for you today, Luke,
Oh, yes.
is
Do tell.
we're going to talk about what a potluck is, but most importantly, if you are invited to a potluck, do you feel you have to bring something to the potluck? Would you attend empty-handed?
I feel like the people already know my answer
Why do you think that?
because, well, it's obvious. But so, first, let me just talk about potlucks for a little
Yes,
bit.
let's do that.
Let's do that. So, potlucks. I grew up in potluck heavy world. I don't know if everyone did, but I feel like I did.
Minnesota is a very potluck heavy state.
Well, so for my family, my mom and dad, who split up when I was 1,
Yep.
and they're both from New York. And so when I was 1, that was in the very early, 80, 81, 82.
Do you remember this?
No. They moved here in the mid 70s before they started having kids, before my older brothers were born, and before me, obviously. So they had, their school, because they went to, graduate school here. They had their school community and they had their work community, but they didn't really have family here. So potlucks for them were a big deal because it allowed them to get together with people outside of those settings to create family. And it was actually really cool growing up for me, going to potlucks with people that I wasn't related to, because most people that I knew, had family around. So like when they had their big, the big family events, or whether it was a graduation or a birthday or a Christmas or what have you, Thanksgiving, all those things, those typically were like inter-family events. And because it was like my mom and dad were split, so it was just me and my brothers, and either with my mom or with my dad, there were no, and still aren't, like cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. None of them lived here in Minnesota. So my parents both intentionally widened their circles through things like potlucks, where there were get-togethers that were intentionally planned out, and they invited people who, some of them much like them, like were here and didn't have extended family in the area. So they made it a point, and it became a tradition for a few of these potlucks to become like, this is what we're doing on Thanksgiving or Christmas, or pick the event. And it was really nice to see like that sort of spirit of family without having the family, which is sort of like a given and a requirement, I think, for a lot of families. You just get together because that's what you do. Mm-hmm. And there's always like the interfamily drama and stuff like that. But weirdly, with a non-family potluck, there wasn't any interfamily drama. Like, we didn't go to the house that was hosting, which was rarely ours. Sometimes it was maybe my dad's every once in a while, but sometimes it wasn't. And there was never like did you hear what Bob did at the last, that didn't really come up.
You were a kid. You don't know that didn't happen.
Okay, well, feel free to ask my mom, but I want you to know I know her answer. So anyway, so it was really cool growing up in that sort of family environment and having these relationships with people that I wasn't related to at all, that really did feel like family growing up, and it was because of potlucks. Now, that doesn't lend itself very well into my argument of just show up with nothing and be a boob, but I'm currently advocating for the potlucks are great, and also I don't think you need to go with food. So now I'll elaborate. So I think a potluck is great. I love the idea of, you're not going out to a restaurant, everyone's putting some sort of thought or feeling into what they're making. I think that's great.
Yeah.
The reason that I don't feel in almost every case like making something to bring is because most potlucks, if they're not planned out specific to what portion of the meal somebody is going to provide, which is most potlucks that I've attended, except for a couple, you end up with like way too much food, period, and way too much of some stuff always. So there's like the main course, and there's probably 2 or 3 times too much of that food for the amount of people there. And then you end up with like way too much of like their classic would be the chips and dip, and somebody made a dip, and it's like now we have 3 gallons of dip for 20 people or something, and it's like never gonna get eaten. And then there's often an overage of like, snacky type things like pretzels or chips or, stuff like that. So that's my other reason that I don't feel like bringing something, for the most part, makes any sense, because you're just adding.
Makes any sense?
You're just adding to too much food.
Wow.
Because, well, here's the thing, and this is an answer from me, is there are plenty of people who either, one, and this is important, enjoy doing that and want to be part of it, and that's real, or two, who do make something out of the feeling of an obligation to the idea of the potluck, which is also fine and great. Now, that counts for something too. So now you've got 2 groups of people that are intentionally going to bring something, which is going to be too much food. I have never one time been to any potluck, planned or unplanned, with like, hey, you bring the main course, you bring the side dish, you bring the potatoes, you bring the dessert, you bring the drinks, whatever. I've never been to one where there wasn't enough food. I have been to only potlucks that had way too much food. So I think that the overabundance of food is something that is, I find, I don't know, not troublesome or distasteful or something. It's a fact of the event. Like, there's going to be too much food. So, why add to that? Because then you've added to food that the host has to figure out how to package up and send people off with leftovers. Or people don't take enough leftovers, and then you have a week's worth of potatoes in your fridge or something. So that's another part of it. Anyway, so those are the reasons that I don't generally think it makes sense. Now, specific to our situation, I will say, well, one, you could take the cat down from licking the back of your head. It's actually kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
If I wasn't recording us, I'd be recording him. In our situation, specific to you and I in potlucks, which is the last 20, well, let's say 20 years, just because as adults, right? Give or take. You have a family that is here, and so much of our potluck activity has been with your family.
Yes.
And they plan it out a little differently for the most part, even though there's still always too much food. It's like specific. You do the potatoes, and then the other house does the dessert, and the host house does the dinner, and somebody brings the 2 sides or whatever. So there's like a plan, and you don't have like 80 people with chips and dip. So
We are experts.
no, I understand, and I think that that's great. So, but that's part of one of the reasons that I, for myself, don't feel like I need to be involved or obligated, is because often you do it. Now, part of that is because you feel obligated and you're a good person, and this is all true. And
Wait, so wait, what does that mean?
It doesn't mean that's not the debate. Nope. It just means that it offloads some of what I am privileged enough to decide, which is that I don't think that we need to bring anything, but you often will do that for us. I don't know that that's always required, unless it's like one of these planned deals where you're the one bringing the potato. Okay, well, that makes sense. You should do that. But any of the ones where it's like a bunch of friends are getting together, like seriously, the amount of chips and dip that happen is almost always laughable, because everyone thinks it's easy. Or there's like 15 different types of cakes and pies, and it's like,
what's wrong with that?
There's too much.
Too many.
of it.
There's no such thing.
There's okay,
no,
well, yeah.
no,
We've had these events at our house before, and there's always too much food left over. So, anyway, and so I think that's another factor that goes into my thinking, is that I don't really have to deal with it. So that's wonderful for me. But I still don't think that.
Wonderful for you.
And I love that you brought up, and I'm sure you'll re-bring up, that there's been a couple where I didn't tell you it was potluck.
I didn't bring that up here, but I will.
Oh,
bring
and
that
you
up.
will. Okay,
Yes.
I rest
Yeah.
my case, maybe.
Okay. So there have been a couple of times where we have Luke said, yeah, we're going over to so-and-so's house. And I'm like, okay, cool. Get in the car. And he's like, yeah, we're going to all eat. Well, what are we doing? Are we ordering food? Because like, What do you mean we're going to eat at someone's house? Oh no, they're cooking. They're cooking. We don't need to bring, like, what are we bringing? No, we don't need to bring anything. I don't understand. That is not something I understand. And so, like, no, we're supposed to bring something. No. And you get there and there's like, it's a potluck. It is a potluck, which is the whole point of a potluck is you bring something to share. And if you don't, it's because you've spoken with them already and they said to you, do not bring anything.
Does that happen?
No.
Doesn't happen.
I do. I say that to people because we'll get to that
point.
point.
So it does happen.
Okay. But no one ever says that to us. Because one of the things is, depending on who it is, if it's our friends or family, they know that I live by the societal norm of if it's a potluck, you bring something. And a lot of times they will actually reach out to me and say, hey, the thing I want to bring is whatever it may be. You know, like, hey, Amber, will you please bring potatoes? So we have potatoes. Or
he wants to eat your microphone so bad.
Will you please bring whatever the item is? Like, they will specifically ask me to bring something. So they are sure that they have whatever that staple item is, you know.
Sure.
But at the same time, there'll be times where, well, actually, every time I'm on my way to a potluck, I will reach out to the host, one of the hosts, and say, I'm on my way. Do you need anything else? Because that's a step
That's
beyond.
like a potluck plus.
Yes, that's a potluck plus.
Now you're ready to run some errands.
Yes, I'm willing to go get plasticware, napkins, plates,
firewood,
drinks, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Because the person who's hosting doesn't really necessarily have the ability. They could leave. No one would care, but you don't feel like you can leave your own party.
I've left my own party.
Yes, you have left your own party.
A bunch of times.
But, like, that's always something
I sound
that,
terrible.
I mean, but at the same time, I also... So, like, I couldn't possibly imagine attending a potluck and not bringing something. Knowingly attending and not bringing something. So, if you've ever invited me to a potluck and you're listening and I didn't bring something, it's because you invited Luke. And Luke passed the word on to me.
Or you said, don't bring anything.
Yeah, which would be unusual because that's usually not the case. But... I would be horrified.
I have a question. In either of those two instances, which probably means there's 4 or 5, was there not enough food?
Okay, so that's a great question.
Was there a missing part of the equation?
That's a great question. You were actually talking about, I'm certain that, here's the thing. What you were talking about is too much food left over.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying, that there's food left over. But the point of a potluck for many people is not just to only eat then.
That's true. My dad loves a leftover.
Yeah, people love leftovers.
Yeah.
And for some people, I mean, we have large groups of people, depending on where you go to a potluck, you know. I mean, I grew up in a very potluck heavy community of churches and things like that. It was like, hey, what's left over, people who maybe could use an additional source of food, whether it's because they don't have the ability to cook, they don't have the funds to buy food, all of those things, or they just don't want to cook.
Yeah.
They're like, cool, I only want to cook once, but I want something else. Like, all of those reasons, they would be able to take food with them that they wouldn't have had opportunity to have before the potluck. So that is a bonus for many people.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for me, but for many people, they get to try all of these foods and have foods that they wouldn't have been able to have in any other, or without reason. Now, the other thing is that I have to say, some of our friends that we have, and actually one in particular is a really, you know, like, has gone through after our potlucks that we've had, or people, when people come over, you know, because usually I try to provide as much as possible. Where if there's a leftover food, they've actually taken them out to the homeless, or, you know, they've known people who have food insecurities.
Now you're making it sound like you're a saint.
I'm not saying that. I'm not taking it to the homeless. No, we have friends who will do that, you know. So there are people who actually do more with the food than I would necessarily do. But I always say, please take it, because I will throw it, because I'm not the greatest of, like, I'm not going to go do that. But I know people who do that, and they actually come to our events. or, friends events and things like that. So I think that the concept of food being wasted is not as great as you think. It would be for you and I. If you and I were to have all those leftovers, yes, you and I would be like, I cannot possibly eat lasagna another night.
That's true.
But that doesn't mean someone else wouldn't. Also, doesn't mean someone else might not be like, cool, I have a neighbor who would totally love this. Great, give it to them, know. And there are people who are like literally just free stuff. So the leftover food, meh. And I'm gonna say, you said that there's such a thing as too many chips, too many desserts. I think sometimes it can be unbalanced. However, we have a friend.
Well, that's what too many means.
Nope. We have a friend who definitely loves dips, and they go crazy over dips and salsas. And so if you have 4 dips for them, they're in heaven, right? So I think
they were there at that one.
They were there at almost every single one that we've hosted because we invite. And at the same time, like I said, I would never say if you don't have, for whatever reason, the ability to bring something, whether that is time, finances, ability, any of that stuff, or come anyways. I don't care. Just come, because there will be enough food. However, me as a person and how I was raised, it is not okay to just go without bringing something. And I get that it might bring a lot of extra food that maybe people don't need, but it's just what you do in the community. That is the whole concept of a potluck, is you bring something if you can. And I don't have a good excuse not to.
Okay.
I have all reasons to do it. Now, I might not want to cook. I might not want, so all of those things are possible, but I still have to bring something. I couldn't show up empty-handed. And the fact that I've been forced to, if you're listening, and I didn't bring it, it's not because I didn't want to. It's because I didn't.
You think someone's out there actually holding a grudge right now?
No.
Nobody cares, Amber.
No, I care that I didn't show up
but
in the way I feel I need to show up.
Then you didn't bring food.
I know they don't, but I do. It's I care that I didn't live up to the expectations of myself, and that's fine. It's just, but earlier today, I was actually on this call, and then there was talk about some of it being local or where you live. And there were people who were talking about, well, where I'm from on the East Coast, it's very common where if, someone's cooking a meal, they invite people over, they're cooking the whole meal, and maybe you bring flowers for the host, or maybe you bring a bottle of some kind of wine or something. We don't drink, not something that would be anything we would bring, but that would be something that you would bring to the host.
Sure.
But it was never it's just, I think the potluck itself is maybe, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think I would even still, I know it sounds to me like bringing flowers to a dinner sounds really fancy, but if that was where we were at, where that was the norm, I would totally bring flowers. I wouldn't bring liquor, sorry.
So, but I will add that if I can pick something up, I'm in.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, I think a lot of the time it's just the timing of it, because I feel like a lot of times they happen on a Saturday, and I'm always working Saturday. And if I get off at 5 and then the thing is at 5:30 or 6, I don't have time to cook nothing, and I don't want to have you. See, I'm just trying to help you out. I don't want to have you have to work and make some. Yeah, see? So I just want to, you know what? If you're having a potluck and you invite us and it's on a Saturday, just know that I'll go buy a pie.
Yeah.
Or some flowers.
I'm more than happy to buy a dessert.
Or, something like that. I just, the whole, I'm not interested in cooking ever.
Honestly, desserts are my go-to in general. I find those much easier to cook than other things, but I don't know. I think that
you haven't cooked some cookies in a while. You could do that.
Oh gosh, I
love cookies.
This little kitty is definitely being
mouthy.
Mouthy, yes, licking our heads, all of that. But again, well, it's what we get by opening our homes to these furry little critters. Anyhow, so that's the debate. Luke, thinks it's okay. Go to the potluck. Don't bring the thing. And I say, I couldn't possibly. I must bring something.
I think it's okay to not.
All right.
Because I feel like your presence, if they invited you, is more important to them than the dish you might bring.
Yeah, but you know what? People have feelings about food being brought to them or sent
I
to them.
understand, and food is a uniting force, and I get all that.
So, there's that. But, all right, what do they do? We
Well,
just talked about it. We
they
just
vote.
debated it. Okay.
That's the big deal, is vote.
Voting.
Now, Spotify is where the poll is published. But
Yes.
the video has now moved to YouTube. It's no longer on Spotify. So you can vote in the comments on YouTube or in the poll on Spotify or comment on any of our social medias, and we will do our best to keep an accurate tally. They got away from us a little bit last year. We'll see this year. I mean, season. Are we saying year or season?
I'm saying year, but, we'll say season.
Season. Okay.
We might make a shorter season, but we're running
knows?
this. We are the boss.
We're in charge.
You
I mean,
know?
you're the boss. But
Well, thank you.
remember, you're the, chief editor-in-chief. That's what it is. And I'm the chief technology officer.
Yes. Well, and also.
So when you have an episode, for instance, where your microphones aren't working and you can hear a dog eating the bone in the background for the entirety of the thing, that's totally my fault. Yep. And the editor said, we need to do it over. And I said, we don't have time.
Yeah. Well, okay. So it'd be great if you could vote, and then I would love it if you could share this with someone, a couple people. Doesn't matter who, honestly.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
get
care.
out to some more states and countries.
Yeah, we want to grow a little.
I want to get all
bit.
50 states.
I do too. So share us, and if you're traveling, listen to us in
Yeah,
another state.
Tune
and then,
in somewhere else.
Yeah, why not? It's kind of. I really feel
Maybe
like
we should publish all the states and countries that we're in somewhere.
I don't know, but we are continuing to grow, but we would like a little bit more. So do that, and then like we said, we are on YouTube. So if you're one of those who's like, yeah, my friend would really like to listen, but you all have not made it very easy for them to be able to do closed captioning. That's why we went to YouTube.
YouTube, closed captions.
Closed captions.
Yep.
So we want to be accessible to everybody. Leave no one out. But if you're an old school podcast listener, rate us on whatever
Apple,
you've got.
iHeart.
Yes, 5 stars I would like. But you know what? If you need to go 4 because you're like, wasn't it today? Wait till next time and go 5.
That's right. That's right. Wait till next time. But talk trash all you want.
Yes, please.
I'm
Comment. We love it. Roast us or,
I would love to get in an internet fight with somebody.
I would too. That's kind
About
of.
how we missed the mark on our podcast. I'd be like,
Yes.
oh, did it hurt
Yes.
you? I'm so sorry. What are we going to do to right this wrong?
Yes.
Thanks for listening the one time.
Right. So there's that. I got nothing else. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, later.